Okay, so here we are. We're talking about the cruise that we just went on. Does everybody know Lisa? Can you guys say hi? She's our newest coach. Can you hear us, Lisa?
Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, don't worry.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, Lisa. Hello. Oh, hi, Lisa.
Oh, welcome.
Hi.
The mommy of one of Hudson's classmates in TK.
Awesome. At Clifford.
Yep. And our daughters will be going to school together at Roy Cloud next year, which is really exciting.
Yay!
I know. So anyway, I mean, honestly, that was the best part of the trip. But also, what was really cool for me is just sometimes because we work so independent, you know, we're home by ourselves and we're working by ourselves all the time. It's really cool to get that many freaking coaches together in one place because you realize that you really are a part of something so much bigger than your day-to-day, and just like the power and the impact of what we're trying to create as like a group of people is just so amazing to me. And you don't get to experience that often because you are by yourself working in your home behind your own computer all the time. So that was really huge for me.
Mm-hmm.
Ellie?
I agree with what you said about just the quality time, and I feel like that's another reason to get more of our coaches on that trip.
Totally.
Because it's true, we got to spend so much time together and just relaxing, and I don't know what it is, if it's just me, I don't think it's just me, but when I get to places where it's warm and there's the ocean and there's just beautiful greenery around me, I'm like emotional, right? So I'm just, the view, the balcony, our balcony in our room was on the side of the ship. So it was just ocean views everywhere.
Right.
And then we walk, so for those of you who don't know, we took a red eye on Friday night to Florida, and then we were boarding the ship on Saturday. So we arrived in Florida at like 5. Well, we were supposed to arrive at 5:30. I think our plane took off a little late, so maybe it was. We landed at 5:30 our time, but it was 8:30 their time. I had not slept a wink. My husband slept. Nikki slept because she tied her head to the chair.
I literally tied with a scarf. I tied Katie Sharp was so
sweet. She could let her head go and it would be held up by the side.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea I've ever heard.
I did not sleep.
Freaking awesome.
I did not sleep a wink, and I was so upset about it. Every time I'm like this. And
oh my God. I would pay for a picture of Ellie's head. I need to keep my eyelids open.
Well, Aaron, I'm sorry to interrupt. Aaron had to poke me and see if I was okay because I guess I had the scarf tied and he thought I was choking me.
Oh, he should have taken a picture. He should have taken a picture. That would have been
He should have. I'm sure he did, didn't he?
She was in front of us, so I had no idea she had done that. All I knew is that she's sleeping. I'm awake. The plane's dark because it's the middle of the night and most people are sleeping. So I felt like I couldn't even turn on my little TV in front of me. So I just sat there for hours going. Anyway, so we get there. I've not slept. We get on the ship. That was a whole drama because one of the crew member was suicidal and threatening to jump off this thing onto the cement.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yes, drama. So we're in this like holding warehouse for like 2 hours before we can get on the ship. Then we're on the ship. Everything's fine. We immediately go get a glass of champagne. Woo, we're on the ship. So I stay up all day until 6:45. Joey and I go back to the room to nap. Fell asleep, did not wake up till 9 o'clock the next day. So I missed the workout, right? Because I slept a little bit late. Anyway, then the next day we hit up, I think we must have been at the pool and decided we were going to take a break from the sun. We were a little bit burned. So we go into the ship's gym, and I look over. As you walk through, there's these open holes in the wall meant to look kind of like portholes. And you can see through to the other room. And I'm like, that's Tony Horton. And I walk through, I'm like, holy crap. Tony Horton is just sitting there leading a 22-minute hardcore workout with probably,
10.
I don't think it was, no, I was going to say like 50 people. It wasn't 50 people. It was, because it was a tiny little area to do group exercise, probably 35 people.
Wow.
I'm like, oh my God. So Joey and I jump in and we finish the workout with him, and then we went for a run because everybody gloms on, right? And everybody's trying to take pictures with him and whatever. So we go for a run. I come back up and he's still there. And so I got to like say hi and thanks for the workout. That was a lot of fun. He's like, yeah, wasn't it? And I mean, just like 4 feet from me, just chatting it up.
Was that just like how Siggy was talking to me last night? Sorry, on the team call.
Oh my God.
Oh, did you miss that? Sorry.
That was awesome. We were on the Empire call last night, and before Ellie spoke, Barbie put Siggy on the phone, and he totally was like loving Shannon. It was really cute.
I'm like, oh,
he just talked to me.
I know.
oh shoot. He talks to me every morning. And then he was talking. Sorry, Ellie.
Oh, that's fine. No, it's like we see them as, well, so here's the funny thing. At one point, I'm walking down a flight of stairs on the ship, and there's nobody in this area but me and a guy who's directing. Oh, it was before the muster drill. There's a drill, like an emergency drill. You have to go and find out what the instructions are. So I'm walking down to find it. It's just me and a ship crew member directing people. And Siggy walks up and goes, so, and he's showing him the paper, and I kick myself now. I should have said, hey, Siggy, what's up? I just finished, And I was like, oh, it's that weird guy now. I kept going. I didn't say hi to him, but worked out with Autumn. But honestly, the biggest piece of it, anytime you can go to an event where Carl Deichler speaks.
Oh, it's true.
Go. He actually is what really does it for me.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we went to the top 10 panel. I'm so glad that my husband went and got to, did you say my boyfriend?
No, I just said we know that because you said he does it for me.
Oh.
Ellie loves Carl, please.
No, I love Carl not in that way, though. I love Shanti in that way. But Lisa Frandrick is going to fight me for.
Well, see, here's the deal. I have hometown advantage because
you do. And he like tweets you or Snapchats.
Guys, I almost shit my pants.
But anyway, so you have to get on one of these. You've got to go to Summit. You've got to go to the Success Club cruise. If you can earn it, go. It was so invigorating, and it really lit the fire under me again because I was kind of feeling down and out, like Jesus, and the top 10 panel was awesome. But listening to the way Carl speaks and having Joey come with Nikki and I to that panel and have him hear Carl speak, he actually was very complimentary to him afterwards. So yeah, I mean, you got to go. If you can get to one, you've got to go.
Yep, totally agree. It's amazing. So they didn't have that many like Beachbody specific events on the cruise like they did when it was at an all-inclusive resort, but they did have the top 10 panel. And I have to say, you guys, I keep saying this to you, but I've been coaching for 3 years now, and like it's been a roller coaster. And there's even a book called The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster that somebody told me to read, because it's true. It's been a real roller coaster for me, and I've been on the downslope for a while. But I have to say, like after being on that cruise and seeing the top 10 on stage and listening to what they had to say, it totally invigorated me. And it led me to the most important thing, which is honestly diving back into personal development. And when you get yourself back into personal development, that is where things change, right? Because you start to change your beliefs, and you start to change the way you think. You start to change the way, you speak to yourself internally and externally. So I've really been diving back into personal development since I've been back. And I feel like I'm as excited as I was when I first started. And you all know, whoever signed up with me when I first did coach, you know how excited I was, right? I mean, like I had big vision. I was obsessed with the company. And it's because I had I had that passion and that belief in myself and in the company, and I feel like I have it all again. And it's only because I've been diving back into personal development and conditioning myself again to think a certain way. So,
and I think Carl does that too, right? Like when you hear the Carl or Michael Neiman or Jeff Hill talk, they inspire you to believe that again. You're like, damn, this is a good company run by good people that are. I want to be a part of this. These guys are awesome.
Right.
And can I tell really quickly? It'll be repeat for Shannon because she heard it on the call on Monday. But I want to repeat that what stuck with me about Carl's opening. So he comes out, and Jeff Hill and Michael Neiman are the two men that did the sort of Q&A with the top 10 panel. But prior to them coming out, Carl came out and he gave a little 10-minute speech or talk, and as he finished, well, he was talking about how there's lots of MLMs out there, and they were discussing it backstage, and he's like, I don't want to be known. I don't want to be one of those MLMs. That's not what we are. We're not MLM. We're a business about helping people. I don't want to be associated with the oils or the skincare products or the, but then he went on to say, you know, I'm about to call these women out here, and I hope that when they come out, you look at the stage and you see more than just 10 beautiful women. Because they are beautiful, but I hope you see more than that. And he said, and I hope you see more than 10 successful entrepreneurs. I hope when you look up here at this stage, you see yourself. And I was like, oh.
It's so cool.
Right?
Yeah.
And then by the end of the panel, we left, and I was talking to my husband, and he's like, they're no different than you. They do the same stuff that you're doing. I'm like, yeah, they just do it a lot more than I do.
Right, totally.
So it was a big eye-opener for me in terms of, I don't need to be top 10. I just want to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know that I've put in effort and I've been successful and I've helped people, and it feels good to actually help people, and then make money is just icing on the cake. Mm-hmm. And now I know I can do that.
Right. Awesome. It was so awesome. Okay, so just for the sake of time, because I'm afraid we're going to run out of time before we get through all the stuff we want to talk about, let me share our screen here. Okay, so I created this little document for us all, and literally it was just notes that I took when I was listening to the panel discussion. So the first section is just my main takeaways. The next section here, the ladies on stage talked about like what they do for their challenge groups. And then the last little section is each coach was asked what their non-negotiable is in terms of running their business. And I wrote down all of their non-negotiables. Now, I really want you guys to, I feel like one of the biggest problems with being a coach is we get so freaking overwhelmed all the time. Because we have so much information coming at us from so many different directions. So all of this is really cool and useful and informative information, but like, don't let yourself get overwhelmed with it. Take 1 or 2 nuggets from what we're going to share with you tonight and run with it. Don't feel like you have to take every single thing that we're sharing with you today and become an expert and implement every single thing, because that's when you become paralyzed in your business. Right? Right. So the first thing, that I want to do is just walk you through this first section. So, I mean, honestly, the first thing that stood out to me that they said was you need to raise your standards. And it's like, for me, this couldn't be more true, whether it's in regards to your health and fitness, your personal development, your business activities that you're doing on a day-to-day basis, whatever goals you're setting for yourself. Like, if you want to be successful in anything, you must raise your standards. And I know that for me personally, have been performing at a level that I know that I could improve. And so coming out of that event, I know first and foremost, that's one thing that I want to change. The next thing Melanie Metro said was that you need to wade through the muck for the first year or 2 years or 5 years, because it's hard those first years. You have to be able to wade through the muck so that you can be one of the winners, so that you can be one of the people on stage, or you could be one of the six-figure earners, or you could be one of the elite coaches. Whatever it is your goal is, you have to be able to wade through that muck. I think the key that everybody talked about was consistency. And you guys, this is all information you already know, okay? Anything you hear in Beachbody is usually something you already know or you've already heard. But the important thing is that you're hearing it at the precise moment that you need to be hearing it. And that's when it's a nugget, and that's when you can walk away with it and actually put it to action, right? So consistency. And that was just like a huge, huge topic for everyone. Coaches in the top 10, and this is crazy, but they said coaches in the top 10 talk to 30 people every single day. Can you imagine talking to 30 people every single day? I don't even know that many people to talk to that many people. But the numbers that they're producing, you know, Amy Silverman sponsoring 40 coaches a day, or one of the other top 10 coaches on stage sponsoring 15 coaches a month. They're talking to like 30 people a day. That's insane. So I'm just giving you that number so you understand that, yeah, I guess if you really do want to be successful, you need to raise your standards. Use your time.
Did Shannon have her hand up? Were you asking, trying to ask a question? No?
Use your time wisely. I mean, we hear this time and time again. 80% should be on your own business, not your team. 80% of your time should be spent on your own recruiting, your own posting, you know, your own recruitment, your own form of inviting, whether it's on your Facebook page or building relationships with your challengers and turning them into customers. But 80% of your time needs to be on building your own business, not investing into your team. 20% of your time is helping manage your team and help them advance, you know, in their business. Use the training that exists. Don't recreate the wheel, just add your own flavor. Now this is particularly important to me because I feel like I've been spending a lot of time with Diane spinning my wheels on systems, you know, and getting nowhere. And I just realized that, you know what, I don't have to have, I mean, yes, you want to have a system in place and a plan in place and something that's duplicatable, but like, I don't need to go recreating everything all the time. Just use what they have and make it simple and just share it with your team and have your team duplicate that same thing. I'm going to let you go. You do the rest, Ellie, but let me share the thing.
I have the notes on my phone too.
Oh, there you go. Okay. It's there if you need it.
Okay, so well, it's funny because why am I drawing it? Anita Myron was talking about how she offers a $50 gift card for to Nike, or but I was a little confused by your note. I didn't think it was for challengers. I thought it was for her coaches. But there was a rule that you can't incentivize coaches for recruiting. Just maybe like she would offer her coaches, say, a $50 gift card to Nike for the coach that got the highest Success Club points for the month.
Is that Anita?
Anita Meyer. Was that what I said?
She's offering a $50 gift card to her challenger. She's the one I got the contest post idea from, and she's giving. That's like her prize.
Yeah. She also is hugely successful and has $50 to give away every month to her. Right?
Right.
I would be happy to do that once I actually make, six figures like she does.
Well, we're giving, $15, $20 the price.
Yeah, totally. We're just doing it. We're just doing it on a little bit of a smaller scale. And then, I know on our team page, on Team Live Life Well, I did it once to get my team fired up to earn Success Club points, and the highest earner got a prize from me as well. Yes, big surprise. Really, she talks about really get to know your challengers, setting really clear expectations. So, know who they are. Take a moment to have conversations with them. Whether it'd be great if it could be on the phone. If it's not, have it be through Messenger or email, but get to know them a little bit better. And then I liked how she said, I don't think this part may not have been Anita, but setting the clear expectations. Can I call you if I see you stop posting? can I call you? Can I call you out? Can I message you? And that lets them know at the beginning of your challenge group that, hey, I'm going to take notice if you're participating, and B, I expect you to participate. And when you don't, can I call you?
Right.
Can I call you out on that? Can I message you? Can I call you on the phone? Can I
feel like this is an area that I could improve on so much more, because after being in the business for so long, I started going into management mode and like focusing on my team and shying a little bit away from my challenge groups and building that rapport and building those relationships with my challengers. And I just feel like if you get into the habit of really taking care of your challengers from the moment they reach out to you for more information through that challenge group experience, the likelihood that they'll want to join the Beachbody community is so much higher, because you've instilled that trust, and that relationship. I just feel like that's an area of improvement for me, for sure.
Nikki, on that note, really quick, I was thinking about this today, and the fact that in the challenge group, sometimes I struggle with how much to put out there in terms of what we're doing behind the scenes as coaches. And like, I love being a coach, and I love this and all the stuff that our challengers don't see. And, maybe we should consider putting more of that into the challenge group, like more personal development, or
Right.
I don't know, a lot of teams are like, a lot of people are like really religious and they do that. I'm not, but something additional to get people fired up to remain in the community after the challenge is over,
Yeah. No, I think that's smart.
Yep.
Don't always know how to.
I think sharing some of the personal development stuff would be great. Like I know that when I was reading You Are a Badass, I felt like every other day I was taking a picture of a blurb in the book and would post it, because I'm like, oh, so it would be great to share that kind of stuff in the group. If you read a nugget of some kind of personal development and bring it back to your challenge group, part of what Beachbody really encourages us coaches to do is focus on being healthy inside and out ourselves. And so, we engage in personal development. I'm reading this book and this piece struck me, and this is why. And absolutely. And try and get engagement from them too around whatever that particular topic is.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's a great idea.
That's really what we're selling, right? Is this whole lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's not the pro. So.
Right. And the relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Back to the.
Yeah. We only have 8 minutes, so we have to go fast.
All right, I'll whiz through. Let's see. I'm ask them what they want to see. I think that's good. A lot of times we just kind of get bogged down in what we want to put out there, but taking a moment or two to ask your challengers, hey, anybody have any concerns or questions? Is there anything, any topic that you want covered? What do you want us to talk about in the group? The challenge tracker, which I have to say, Miss Shannon here went ahead and she downloaded the tracker and she went into our veterans group and asked if people would mind being her beta
in there.
I love that app. That's all I have to say. I love that app. It is cool, and she's got it down. You got it down.
I think next call, you can go over the app with us.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like what you like, what you dislike. I like it because I'm a part of the group, and so I like that I'm able to post what I want. I like that you can have it be to the group, but I didn't realize that until later, so I had to go back and make sure I could post it to the group. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But my only issue with it is there's no way, Shannon, for other people to post in the group but you, right?
No.
Shannon only like administrator of the group. So like
one coach only. Yeah.
One coach only. So that's the only thing that makes it a little bit tough, because then it's
they're working. They said they're working on that.
Oh, good.
They're working. Yeah, because they know. I think that's a very common complaint.
Yeah, multiple people want to be posting. Okay, are we moving on to the non-negotiables from the coaches?
Yes. So
I'll take some of them.
I'm actually going to go over to the video and have people hear it firsthand. So one thing before we do that, I just want to tell you one thing that Amy Silverman said that was so awesome. And she said, stop thinking, stop overthinking everything. Just who cares what people think, who cares what people say, who cares about any of that, and just act, just do the act of what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
And then she also said, no crappy colorful borders and all that ugly shit on your pictures, because nobody really wants to see that anyway. So she said, know what's visually pleasing to the eye. Figure that out. Okay, so I'm going to record, share screen over here. Okay, so they're going to talk about their non-negotiables right here. And I think this is just awesome.
Sharing my life authentically.
Why don't you make it full screen?
Hold on a sec, hold on.
Okay, sharing my life. Just put it, like, take your camera and like face yourself. Do some selfies. Talk about you. Go directly to their inbox, their email, and they can respond back. And so then that's a great falling off is by using that tool.
Fantastic. One of the characteristics that I've remarked
Can you hear?
Our lead candidates, a common characteristic is something Carl talked about just a couple days ago, is this concept of non-negotiability. That somewhere, sometime in their business, they've made a decision, they've made a commitment that certain pieces are going to be non-negotiable as they drive their business. So I'd like to just go down the line as we close this out and just think about, here's the one thing in business that has been a non-negotiable that has helped me create great success.
Sharing my life authentically.
Sharing my life authentically.
Okay, sharing my life. Just put it, like, take your camera and like turn it around and face yourself. Use it something. Talk about you. Share about what's going on in your life, your challenges, your successes, your struggles. I think that's super important. If you don't put yourself out there on social media, that's kind of your storefront. You're not gonna be attracting people to your business. I've been treating my business like a business. I think a lot of people want the results that some of us have had up here, but you treat your business like a hobby, and you're taking this very seriously. And I think so. You treat your business. Business hours, you basically do work on a list every single day, and you legitimately treat this like it's a storefront that opens and closes every single day, and you are going to show up for it and do the activity. You're going to have much more success than treating it like a hobby.
I have two. Number one is never, ever, ever comparing yourself to someone else. And I know that it can be hard to sit there and hear someone share numbers and say, oh, I did this many, or I did this many successful points, or I invited this many. But the truth is, you don't want to do what someone else did, because you're a completely different person and you appeal to a completely different audience. And it is the biggest time waster to compare yourself to someone else, because even just the 10 of us sitting here, so different, such different backgrounds, families, everything. I could never have the same success that Amy has, or Lindsay has, or anyone else in here, because I'm not that. You want to do you, and you want to do really, really good. And it's only going to harm you if you're looking at everybody else's papers. So keep your blinders on, and your non-negotiables every day, your 3 level behaviors times 30, and only do you. No one else does you as good as you.
I would say for me, since I'm such a, I always have 10 things going on. It's multitasking. I have to have tons and tons of stuff happening. For me, just really focusing on the task at hand. I think when I first started focusing and doing what I set down to do versus the notification 15. I turn up all my notifications to my phone. My phone is always black. There's no notifications popping. Always distracting me. I'm a sapphire, so I like the bird flies by. I'm like, ooh, I get very distracted. And so I remember the first time I sat down to be a focused worker and be productive, I closed every single tab except for my email, and I just went through it, and I was like, oh my God, it's like 10 minutes versus like 5 hours. And I was able to start working faster, and then I was able to start actually living my life and working versus being on Facebook for 24 hours a day. You know, you're on Facebook 24 hours a day because you're not productive, not because Facebook is sucking your time. Just remember that.
So for me, it's probably been staying in a constant state of growth, not becoming complacent. Easy in this business to achieve businesses that you never wanted to achieve. You know, obviously the financial side is ridiculous, but I always want to remember the girl who I was 6 years ago who was lost, and that's the girl that I'm speaking to, and I've grown on her behalf because I know the more that I personally grow, the more I can do that to the people that I've lost and pay that forward and just keep on that path. So I think there's two things.
Okay, so it's going to stop right now. The video, hold on. It's going to stop right now, our call. So I'm going to put this video.